Well, it's super interesting, Lisa. And I think, from an intellectual session, it's interesting, but also from a faith perspective in terms of what it means to be the church. The church, since the 1960s, since roughly 1965, the church has begun a significant decline in attendance. But the decline in attendance is across all denominations. It's not just United Methodist. Obviously, United Methodist is the world I live in and breathe in, but it's across all denominations. And they're saying, now there's a lot of statistical analysis out there that's showing that between a quarter and a third of all churches in the United States will close in the next 10 to 15 years. And part of that is because half of all churches of all denominations worship fewer than 50 people, right? And so you have this aging, there's some folks who have called it a silver tsunami. There's an aging congregation, smaller congregations, and there have always been churches that have opened and closed, but the decline, the closing of churches is accelerating so significantly right now that I think a lot of judicatories, conferences, synods are just the presbyteries are just not up for the scale of it. And any conference can deal with one off. There's a church that closed, that happens, and we can figure out what to do with the property. But with the scale of what's happening, there really needs to be some kind of strategic planning. And one of the things I've discovered in my conversations is there are very few conferences, judicatories, that have a strategic plan for how to handle the scale of what they're facing. So there's an opportunity there that's super interesting. But I think the climate out there is people are really looking for how to address it to scale.